Hello, I'm Jus Boersema. It's the epilogue to Scheme 5 military uprising. There are apparently some people who think that when they see a sword or a weapon or a call to organize militarily, that this is all very scary and we must do what Gandhi did. So, first a little bit of an overview of what exactly this military uprising is in the system. Military uprising is one of 9 ways to improve the nation. Your nation, maybe the world, maybe. Number 1 is, hope you can read that. Explaining how things work, how the economy works, how maybe there can be a better constitution, etc., etc. Many people have no idea about how the world works. No idea. The second way to change the system is to buy fair trade. Is it very violent? No. The third idea or scheme way is to fund democratic companies. We put money together, we control who invests in our behalf, and we make sure they invest in companies which become democracies after the starter leaves. This is a very reasonable system. Is it violent? No, it's not violent. If this was done, the entire nation would already be changed. Number 3. Political parties to win the elections. These parties is not walking behind some leader, but these parties are to organize themselves along the same system as is outlined for the democratic government in the new constitution. It is an extremely democratic political party. Then there is to be multiple of them. 10, maybe 10 in a nation who have the same goal, and they are all only a minority. Together they can be a majority. So the voters can see, hey, this one has become corrupt, we're going to move out of this party, we're going to move in this party. Even though they are fully democratic, the chances that they become corrupt is still very high. So we can then pull out. Okay. This is doing the new constitution. Group in the street here, elect delegates, build the council government, and if it has a majority of people involved, more people involved than in Holland at least, ruling parliamentary system, then it becomes a sovereign, then it can claim to be the sovereign government. If it is a minority compared to the ruling system, then it cannot claim to be sovereign. It has to say, okay, we are, democratically speaking, our system has not won the choice of the people, so all we can do is be a civil organization which may have no consequence. This is not a coup, not a coup d'etat. is a minority of the people, then it does not even impinge on the existing government. If it does become a majority, then it does not have to capture the flag or take over the usual government building, which is what a coup is. It can erect its own government building in its own capital. Maybe there isn't even a capital. And then it is up to the general public. They see two governments. Our government, this government, could have a majority. Then most people would listen to that government, including the police and the courts. Or we could set up our own new courts, and there would be two governments. And if the old government is reasonable, they would say, let's engage us in this new system. The old political leaders and people could simply stand for vote and win, be part of the new system. Vice versa also. Look here at the political parties. They are already in what we in Holland had, a parliamentary system. They can be engaged in part of that, so it merges a little bit. But there's no violence needed here, not at all. Then what this is about, which is when there is a tyranny, then the government is a bunch of criminals. Okay? When your home is robbed, you are engaged by a criminal. What do? You say passive resistance. Take everything. Actually, in Holland we have that law, but we have the police who come hunt them down. If all goes well, of course. Then does the police say, "Oh, criminal, we need you for prison. Please come along." No, they hunt them down, and if they run away, they're going to catch them with force. Okay? There is not always the luxury of sitting back and doing only non-forceful ways. Finish the story about what is the general systems here. Well, this is even more intense. There's a growing list of growing intensity. This is conquering new land. May not be necessary now, may sometimes be necessary. It's a general system which should be good in 500 years. It should have been good 100,000 years ago. So over 1,000 years ago, if they use this system somewhere, some nation, it should be good. Maybe they do need to conquer land. Maybe they are an oppressed minority. They need to rise up and stake a claim on territory, defend it, be a nation. Maybe. It does not say we have to go now and to organize armies which are now going to conquer new land. Okay? I'm not saying we need to do this, but I do say we need to be ready for this, and of course we should do this. These because they are non-violent, so this is not a problem. This can be done as a minority, no problem. There's no provocation. This one could be construed as being a little bit of a provocation, but we'll see soon, in a minute, that it doesn't have to be a provocation. This is when there is an ongoing tyranny which is so bad you cannot organize at all. If you did, you would immediately be captured and killed. So this is a cell resistance. 5-person cells doing what they can do. And 8 is if you know the truth about the system or something important, but the tyranny is so bad that you cannot do anything, then you hide the truth for the moment the empire falls down. Then you could be ready to organize and take over. So, this discussion was about something which is not the entire system. I do of course know that this is a great risk, because if you organize militarily you will get a hierarchy of power, because you need it. You cannot have a debate with cookies and 5 reports discussing the matter if we should go this way around or this way around, whether we should kill them or them during a war, ongoing fighting. There's no time for this. So we have to appoint officers and generals. If we then win the war, fight, struggle, whatever, then this is of course at risk of installing a military dictatorship over the whole nation. Therefore, in this system is set up to make sure that a bad military uprising is not set up. So it replaces a dangerous form of military uprising with a less dangerous form of military uprising. Is military uprising at all necessary? Ever? Yes. If the non-violent ways are thwarted by goons with guns and death squads all around, okay, then there is no choice. If you cannot even organize a revolution, purely non-violent democratic revolution, because the army is on all street corners actually shooting at us. If we go organize here in the street, maybe this is automated. Okay, get it? Then we have to first undo this tyranny on the street. Okay? And the same is true for the others, of